Welcome to our journey into the world of epic storytelling, where imagination and fantasy collide. Today, we dive into Onyx Storm, the highly anticipated third installment in the Empyrean series by the celebrated author Rebecca Yarros. Known for her enthralling blend of high fantasy and romantic adventure, Yarros has crafted a world where dragons soar, alliances are tested, and love is both a weapon and a vulnerability. Onyx Storm follows the success of its predecessors, Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, both of which captivated readers with their gripping tales of rebellion, loyalty, and the pursuit of destiny. Before we dive deeper into this fascinating series, let's set the stage by exploring the creative mind behind it all, Rebecca Yarros herself, and uncovering what makes this book, and the series as a whole, an unforgettable experience for readers around the globe. Author Introduction. Rebecca Yarros is a powerhouse of creativity and emotion, renowned for her ability to weave intricate narratives that resonate with readers on a deeply personal level. With numerous best-selling novels under her belt, she has established herself as a master of contemporary and fantasy romance. Her ability to craft strong, relatable characters and place them in high-stakes, vividly imagined worlds has earned her a devoted fan base. Yarros' transition from contemporary romance to high fantasy with the Empyrean series marked a bold and successful leap. Her knack for blending heart-pounding action with deeply emotional relationships has made her books stand out in a crowded genre. Yarros' storytelling is characterized by its cinematic quality. She creates not just books but experiences, where every chapter feels like a scene from an epic saga. Her ability to infuse her characters with authentic emotions and her worlds with rich lore ensures that readers are not just passive observers, but active participants in the story. Series and book overview. The Empyrean series takes place in a world of breathtaking scope and depth, where dragons are not just mythical creatures, but integral to the fabric of society and warfare. In this world, dragon riders are revered and feared, their bonds with their dragons both a source of power and a test of their humanity. The series begins with Fourth Wing, where we are introduced to a heroine who defies all odds to claim her place among the elite. It continues with Iron Flame, where the stakes are raised, alliances are forged, and the battle lines are drawn. Onyx Storm promises to be a climactic continuation of this saga, delving deeper into the complexities of the characters and the world they inhabit. While the exact details of the book's plot are a closely guarded secret, fans can expect a story that is equal parts heart-wrenching and exhilarating. Themes of love, betrayal, and the struggle for freedom are likely to take center stage, all set against the backdrop of a world teetering on the brink of chaos. About US, Channel 1 Digital 137. Here at 1 Digital 137, we are passionate about storytelling in all its forms. Our goal is to bring you engaging content that celebrates the power of imagination and creativity. In this video series, we will explore Onyx Storm chapter by chapter, offering a unique twist on the story to ensure that our content remains original and copyright-free. While we draw inspiration from Rebecca Yarros' masterful storytelling, we have reimagined the narrative to create something that is uniquely our own. Our version will capture the essence and impact of the original while offering new surprises and perspectives for our audience to enjoy. This approach allows us to celebrate the magic of the Empyrean series while staying true to our mission of providing fresh and original content. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to embark on an unforgettable journey. Whether you're a longtime fan of the Empyrean series or new to this world, we invite you to join us as we explore the wonders of Onyx Storm in our own unique way. Chapter summaries with Reimagined narrative. The Gathering Storm. In Rebecca Yarros' original work, Chapter 1 sets the stage for the brewing conflict, introducing us to the key characters and their current struggles. The Empyrean world is on edge, with political tensions rising and the threat of war looming on the horizon. The protagonist faces internal and external challenges, grappling with their place in this turbulent world. Our reimagined Chapter 1 Inchar version. The story begins with Calith, a young dragon rider who has been ostracized by her peers due to a fateful decision that cost her squadron a critical mission. As whispers of rebellion spread across the realm, Calith finds herself summoned to the capital by the Dragon Council. The council has uncovered ancient prophecies that speak of a stormbringer, a rider who will wield unparalleled power, but at a great cost. To her shock, Calith is identified as a potential candidate. While the council debates her fate, Calith's bond with her dragon, Onyx, grows increasingly strained. Onyx, a fierce and proud dragon, questions Calith's resolve and her ability to lead in the face of adversity. Their tense dynamic adds depth to the narrative, highlighting themes of trust, redemption, and self-discovery. The chapter ends with Calith and Onyx embarking on a perilous journey to uncover the truth behind the prophecies, setting the stage for the adventures to come. Shadows of the Past. In the original, this chapter delves into the protagonist's backstory, providing insight into their motivations and the events that shaped them. It also introduces new allies and adversaries, expanding the world and its complexities. Our reimagined chapter 2, Calith's journey, takes her to the ruins of Eldarin, a once thriving city now reduced to ash and rubble. Here, she encounters Riven, a rogue scholar who has been studying the prophecies in secret. Riven is a sharp-tongued and resourceful character whose knowledge of ancient texts proves invaluable. Despite their initial mistrust, Calith and Riven form a tentative alliance, united by their shared goal of preventing a catastrophic war. Meanwhile, flashbacks reveal Calith's tragic past. As a child, she witnessed the destruction of her village during a dragon raid. This traumatic event fueled her determination to become a rider and protect others from a similar fate. However, it also left her with a deep fear of failure, which continues to haunt her. The chapter ends with a dramatic confrontation as Calith and Riven are ambushed by shadowy figures who seem to know more about the prophecies than they should. The encounter leaves them questioning who they can trust and what forces are truly at play. Bonds forged in fire. The third chapter in the original likely focuses on the deepening relationships between characters and the challenges they face together. It also sets the stage for major conflicts and decisions. Our reimagined chapter 3, Calith and Riven narrowly escape the ambush, thanks to Onyx's timely intervention. This near-death experience forces Calith to confront her strained relationship with Onyx. In a powerful and emotional scene, she confesses her fears and insecurities to her dragon, who, in turn, reveals his own doubts. Their bond begins to mend, symbolized by Onyx allowing Calith to ride him without hesitation for the first time since their fallout. As their journey continues, Calith and Riven discover clues pointing to an ancient artifact known as the Stormheart. This relic is said to grant its wielder immense power, but at a great cost. They learn that the artifact is hidden within the treacherous Flamecrest Mountains, a place shrouded in mystery and danger. The chapter concludes with the trio, Calith, Onyx, and Riven, standing at the base of the mountains, determined to retrieve the Stormheart and uncover its secrets. However, they are unaware that their every move is being watched by a mysterious figure shrouded in shadow. Middle chapters and escalating conflicts. The Flamecrest Trial. In the original, this chapter might depict the protagonist navigating challenges that test their resolve, introducing high-stakes action and pivotal decisions. Our reimagined chapter 4, Calith, Riven, and Onyx venture into the Flamecrest Mountains, a perilous range known for its volatile terrain and fierce predators. Their first trial is the Infernal Labyrinth, a maze of molten rock and shifting pathways guarded by fire wraiths. To progress, they must solve riddles etched into the stones by the ancient Flame Keepers. Calith's leadership and Riven's intellect are put to the test as they navigate the labyrinth. Their teamwork is strained when tensions arise between Calith's instinct to charge ahead and Riven's calculated caution. Onyx's fiery temperament only adds to the friction. However, as they face increasingly dangerous traps, they begin to recognize the value of each other's strengths. The chapter ends with a climactic battle against a fire wraith sentinel. Through a combination of Calith's agility, Riven's quick thinking, and Onyx's raw power, they manage to defeat the sentinel and escape the labyrinth. Their victory comes at a cost, as Riven is injured, forcing them to reconsider their strategy moving forward. Whispers of Betrayal. This chapter in the original likely delves into intrigue and betrayal, introducing elements that challenge the protagonist's trust and alliances. Our Reimagined Chapter 5, as the group continues their ascent, they take refuge in an abandoned outpost once used by dragon riders. Here, they discover a journal left behind by a former rider, detailing an account of the Stormheart's corruption. The journal warns that the artifact's power is not only dangerous, but also capable of turning allies into enemies. Kalith begins to doubt whether pursuing the Stormheart is the right decision. Her doubts deepen when Riven's injury worsens, and he reveals that he had ulterior motives for joining her quest. He admits to being hired by a rival faction to uncover the Stormheart's location, but claims his loyalty has shifted after witnessing Kalith's determination and strength. While Kalith wants to believe him, Onyx remains suspicious, warning her that trust can be a dangerous weapon. The tension between the trio reaches a breaking point when they are ambushed by mercenaries sent by the rival faction. Forced to fight together, they manage to repel the attackers, but not without further injuries and the bitter realization that their journey has attracted dangerous attention. The Stormheart awakens. The 6th chapter in the original likely serves as a turning point, where the protagonist's goals and motivations are redefined by pivotal events. Our Reimagined Chapter 6, reaching the heart of the Flame Crest Mountains, Kalith, Riven, and Onyx finally locate the hidden chamber housing the Stormheart. The artifact is encased in a crystal spire, surrounded by ancient glyphs that pulse with an otherworldly light. As Kalith approaches, she feels a magnetic pull, as if the artifact is calling to her. However, activating the Stormheart proves to be more than they bargained for. The chamber begins to quake, and a spectral guardian materializes, demanding proof of Kalith's worthiness. The guardian subjects her to a series of visions that force her to confront her greatest fears and regrets, including the lives lost during her failed mission. While Kalith undergoes the trial, Riven deciphers the glyphs, realizing too late that the Stormheart's activation will awaken a long-dormant force tied to the ancient dragon wars. Onyx, sensing the danger, attempts to intervene but is held back by magical chains conjured by the Guardian. The chapter ends on a cliffhanger as Kalith's trial reaches its climax, with the fate of the Stormheart and their world hanging in the balance. Final chapters and epic conclusion. The Tempest Within. In the original, this chapter would likely explore the protagonist's internal struggles and key turning points that set the stage for the climax. Our Reimagined Chapter 7, Kalith's trial by the Stormheart, continues to push her to her limits. The visions force her to confront painful truths about herself, including the fear that her actions have caused more harm than good. As she relives the catastrophic events of her past, she begins to understand that her fear of failure has been holding her back from fully embracing her potential. Meanwhile, Riven works frantically to break the magical chains holding Onyx. His growing guilt over his initial betrayal weighs heavily on him, but his determination to protect Kalith fuels his efforts. Onyx, despite his pride, begrudgingly acknowledges Riven's loyalty and offers him guidance to decode the remaining glyphs. The trial reaches its peak when Kalith is given a choice: accept the Stormheart's power and risk losing herself, or walk away and leave her world vulnerable to its enemies. Summoning every ounce of courage, she decides to claim the power, but only under the condition that she remains in control of her own destiny. Her defiance impresses the Guardian, who relinquishes the artifact. As Kalith grasps the Stormheart, a surge of energy courses through her, temporarily linking her mind with Onyx. The shared bond allows them to fully understand each other's fears and strengths, forging an unbreakable connection. Betrayal Unmasked. The original narrative likely includes a twist or revelation that sets up the climactic battle. Our Reimagined Chapter 8, with a Stormheart in their possession. The group's next challenge is to escape the Flame Crest Mountains. However, their path is blocked by the mysterious figure who has been trailing them throughout their journey. The figure reveals themselves to be Sereth, a former Dragon Council member who seeks to use the Stormheart's power to reignite the Dragon Wars and reshape the world in his image. Sereth manipulates the glyphs in the chamber to summon an army of spectral dragons, forcing Caliph, Riven, and Onyx into a desperate battle. Caliph struggles to control the Stormheart's power, which threatens to consume her with every use. Riven, armed with newfound knowledge of the glyphs, devises a plan to disrupt Sereth's control over the spectral dragons. Despite their best efforts, Sereth gains the upper hand, nearly overwhelming them. In a pivotal moment, Caliph taps into her bond with Onyx, channeling the Stormheart's energy through him. Together, they unleash a devastating attack that temporarily disables Sereth's army, but not without consequences. The strain leaves Caliph weakened, and the Stormheart begins to crack, signaling its unstable nature. Rise of the Stormbringer. This chapter in the original would serve as the climax, where all the major conflicts come to a head. Our reimagined Chapter 9, the final battle, unfolds as Sereth unleashes his full power, determined to claim the Stormheart and solidify his control. Caliph, despite her exhaustion, refuses to give up. She realizes that the true strength of the Stormbringer lies not in wielding power alone but in inspiring others to rise and fight alongside her. Calling upon the dragons of the realm, Caliph uses the Stormheart to send a rallying cry that resonates across the skies. Dragons and riders from all corners of the world answer her call, arriving just in time to turn the tide of the battle. The skies erupt in chaos as Sereth's spectral dragons clash with the united forces of Caliph and her allies. In a final showdown, Caliph faces Sereth one-on-one. Their battle is a clash of wills as much as it is of strength, with Sereth attempting to manipulate her fears and doubts. Caliph counters by embracing her flaws, proving that her resilience is her greatest asset. With one last surge of energy, she channels the Stormheart's power to destroy Sereth and his spectral army, shattering the artifact in the process. A new dawn. In the original, this chapter would likely serve as the resolution, tying up loose ends and setting the stage for future possibilities. Our reimagined Chapter 10 with the battle won, Caliph emerges as a hero, her bond with Onyx stronger than ever. The world begins to heal, and the Dragon Council, inspired by Caliph's example, vows to create a more just and united society. Riven, having redeemed himself, decides to continue his work as a scholar, chronicling their journey to ensure the lessons of the Stormheart are never forgotten. Caliph, though weary, looks to the horizon with hope. She knows that her journey is far from over, but for the first time, she feels ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. The story ends with her and Onyx soaring into the skies, a symbol of resilience, unity, and the enduring power of hope. Conclusion. This final installment brings the reimagined story to an epic conclusion, staying true to the themes of courage, redemption, and the strength of bonds. Let me know if you'd like further refinement or additional details for any part of the narrative. Epilogue. Legacy of the Stormheart. The world rebuilds in the aftermath of the climactic battle. The world begins its slow but determined journey toward recovery. The remnants of Sereth's rebellion are scattered, with his loyalists fleeing into hiding or seeking redemption under the new leadership of the Dragon Council. The Council, once fractured by politics and mistrust, is now united by Caliph's vision of a harmonious coexistence between dragons and riders. The Flame Crest Mountains, once a symbol of peril and secrecy, are declared a protected sanctuary. The ruins and glyphs within the mountains are preserved as a testament to the sacrifices made and the lessons learned. Scholars from across the realm flock to study the ancient texts, hoping to uncover more truths about the forgotten eras of dragonkind. Caliph's new path. Caliph declines a formal position on the Dragon Council, choosing instead to travel the realm with Onyx. Together, they visit the villages and cities that were affected by the conflict, offering aid and reassurance. Caliph's presence becomes a beacon of hope, her story inspiring others to find strength in unity and perseverance. Riven accompanies her for a time, using his knowledge to help rebuild libraries and share the truths he uncovered about the Stormheart. Their friendship deepens, built on mutual respect and shared experiences. Eventually, Riven decides to establish an academy dedicated to training future scholars and dragon riders, ensuring that the next generation is better prepared to face the challenges of their world. The bond between Calith and Onyx becomes legendary, a testament to the unbreakable connection between rider and dragon. Onyx's fiery spirit and Calith's unwavering resolve make them a formidable pair, their adventures becoming the subject of songs and tales. Though the Stormheart is no more, its legacy lives on through them, a reminder that true strength comes from unity and understanding. In a quiet moment, Calith reflects on her journey, from the young rider burdened by guilt and fear to the leader who defied the odds and forged a new path. Onyx's steady presence reassures her that their story is far from over. Together, they soar into the horizon, ready to face whatever comes next. A final note to the audience: thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the world of Onyx Storm. While inspired by the original themes and structure of Rebecca Yarros' Empyrean series, our reimagined narrative is a unique and independent tale, crafted to bring you the same sense of wonder and adventure in a copyright-free format. Stay tuned to One Digital 137 for more original stories, reimaginings, and creative content that celebrates the power of storytelling. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to support our work and keep the magic alive.